Hi there, it's Rachel with Koa, and today he and I are going to do a review of loose leash walking. We're outside today, so I'm hoping that Koa will be interested in what there is, and he will maybe pull a little bit more so that we can practice the loose leash walking techniques. He's been really great in our training sessions like this, but I know when dogs are energetic and excited to go somewhere, sometimes they forget their training and they get up and start pulling. So hopefully he pulls now so that we can work on it. I'll try to turn the camera a little bit there because I think he might pull if we try to go into the office there or through that gate. And so that'll be good practice so I can correct him on it now. So, Koa, come on. Let's go. Koa back. Good boy. Koa this way. Koa this way. Okay, he's doing pretty well. Remember, a review of our two methods is, well, first of all, how to hold the leash. Put your thumb through the loop and make a fist around it like that. So it's nice and comfortable, so even if he, starts running forward and pulls really hard, it's still not going to hurt your hand. And there's no way that the leash can slip out of your hand this way with your closed fist. So that's how you hold the leash, and you can control the slack with your other hand. We give him the full leash for the loose leash walking, so he has all this room to sniff around and explore. So it's not like heeling where he's not really allowed to look at things on his own. We're giving him, 4 to 6 feet to walk around. Also, by giving him the whole leash, we're able to tell right away when he starts pulling. And of course he's going to pull if we have the whole leash up like this, but he has all this room, and when our arm gets out like this, we know we need to correct him. So remember the two methods that I did a little bit over there. The first one is called the back method. So when Koa starts pulling and you're walking, you stop and plant your feet and either snap your fingers or pat your leg and say, Koa, back. And by kind of bending over like in a playful position like this, that a lot of times encourages the dogs to come back. So you wait until he stops and turns around and comes towards you, which gives you some nice slack in the leash again, and then you continue on your walk. The other method that we do is called the reverse method. And that's because when he pulls and your arm gets pulled out like this, you turn 180 degrees from where he is and give the leash a little jiggle and say, Koa, this way, and you start walking in the other direction. Now, I like that one a lot because it gives the dog more room well, they travel more distance before they start pulling. So with a 6-foot leash, if he's pulling, he needs to travel the 6 feet there and then 6 feet out there, so 12 feet total before he's pulling on the leash again. So that works well too. Also with the reverse method, I like it because if you're walking along and he's sniffing and lagging and you keep walking, you can still give the leash a little tug and say, Koa, this way. Or if he goes off to either side, you don't necessarily turn 180 degrees from where you are walking to, but 180 degrees from where Koa is going. So if he's pulling to this side, you turn 90 degrees and go this way. Now, a lot of times, it's natural when a dog starts pulling, we try to pull them back. But dogs can be a lot stronger than people, and so you don't want to get into a battle of strength with Koa, especially since he's a big dog. And also, if dogs feel like they're being restrained and feel a lot of pressure, they can want to fight against that, so it will make them pull harder. So you definitely don't want to do that. With the reverse method, what you do is you don't pull him back and pull him around. You just give a little wiggle of the leash, and the weight of the clasp wiggles his collar and he feels it, or you give a little bit of a tug on the collar, just very slight, and he can feel that. And so that, paired with the verbal command and then turning around and going the other way, is definitely enough to get Koa's attention. Especially by walking in another direction, dogs they get distracted very easily. So he's focused on this, but if he sees you going over here, he thinks he's being left out. He's excited about what could be over there, and so he follows you, and that gets his attention really well. So those are the two methods. I'm going to continue to walk Koa around here. Even if I get off camera, I'm going to be using just the same two, the back method and the reverse method. So Koa, this way. This way. Here, Koa. Koa back. Good boy. This way. This way. Good boy. Come on. Come on, Koa. Koa, this way. Koa, this way. This way. Good boy. Koa, this way. Koa, this way. Come on. Good boy. Good job, Koa. Okay, so he is nice and calmed and relaxed out here, which is great. I'm glad that he is more relaxed in more places and situations, even with us being outdoors and him having a lot of opportunity to get distracted by the things out here. So that's really great that he's getting desensitized to stuff like that. However, it doesn't give us too much of an opportunity to practice, but that's okay, because it shows that the practice is paying off and he's doing really well walking on the leash. Now, what I noticed with Koa is he likes to kind of be out super far, so he's walking in the same direction, but the leash is all the way over there, or he kind of lags. So, for him, what I'm seeing here is I really like the reverse method. So, calling him up and say, Koa, this way, because it's easier. You can continue walking instead of having to stop and wait for him to kind of catch up to get the slack back in that leash. You can say, Koa, this way, and continue in the same direction. Now, even though he wasn't completely stopped and really pulling on you back, he was lagging, so I wanted to give him some encouragement. You know, say, Koa, this way. You know, make the kissing sounds that catches attention, pat your leg, just to get him to pick up the pace a little bit. Yeah, isn't that right, Koa? All right, so we're going to start walking around again, and I'll see if there's anything that catches his attention to where he starts pulling on the leash. Koa, come on. This way. Good boy. This way. Okay, he's doing a really great job. Most of the pulling that he does is once we get inside the garage there, which is kind of unfortunate because that's when he sees stuff that he wants to sniff, and so he starts pulling there and you can't see in there. But he's being very good and he's very easy to correct, which is good. So I think that Koa is close to being a pro at loose leash walking. I know it might be different if you were to take him out for a walk on your own, like first thing in the morning, because he will be super excited and won't have a chance to burn off his energy. But since he's been boarding for a few days, he's had several hard play days in there, and so he's generally more tired and easier to control, which that's great, but it's important that we still keep up this practice. Now for his loose leash walking, remember that we like to practice it for at least 20 to 30 minutes per day, so that whenever we put the leash on him, he gets in the habit of walking nicely on it. Alright, I hope this helps. Koa's doing a great job and you should be really proud of all of his progress. This is Rachel and Koa, and we're working on loose leash walking.
Oh,